Good afternoon. How the devil are you? We're freezing our kahunas off, which is why I am wearing traditional English summertime garb, determined to shame the weather for its very bad behaviour. So another way of cheering ourselves up is Nutella Brownies. Oh, absolutely filthily chocolatey, gorgeous, and super easy, very kid friendly, and made in one damn saucepan. Who knew? Well, what I'll do is I'll put the recipe link in the comments, so if you want to rustle a batch up, then you can. Okay, let's go. I need a saucepan. I have her. Here she is. In this very saucepan shall I merge a brownie of such Nutella depth you won't believe it. Right, simply butter, unsalted, can't remember how many, the recipe link will be in the comments, wallop, and Nutella. I think this is 200 grams of the stuff. I challenge you not to lick the spoon. I can only find a fork, but it'll do. Oh my God. Okay, can't get that out. One of my 20 spatulas would be a much better idea. Yes. Okay, all you do is melt those two things together. Ignore the sound of my argo, I'm not really frying it. Now I make all of my brownies in my trusty 8-inch square, loose bottom, that's what she said, tin. I've lined it because it makes it much easier to get the brownies off at the end, out in the end. This is quite high-sided, so it does mean this tin will take longer, 5 minutes longer in the oven to cook. So use your noddle depending on what tin you've got. And obviously if you use a bigger tin, they will be thinner and take less time to bake, because ideally you want them to be fudgy in the middle. If you're an inner or an outer, you still need fudge in the middle. Okay, so we've got 3 beaten eggs, I can remember that ingredient. 40 grams of cocoa, dark, the darkest you can get, not drinking chocolate, because that's much lighter and sweeter. I always think if you use it in cakes, it tastes like pencil sharpenings. Not that I've eaten a great deal. 130 grams of flour, plain, no baking powder, and then filthy amounts of sugar. Right, I can hear her bubbling. So you just mix these two ingredients together, ooh, steady, until they have melted and melded together. I'm going to move on to a wooden spoon because you need its stoutness rather than a silicone-y, plasticky spatula. We've got some serious ingredients to stir. Okay, here we go. So first to go in is your sugar. So once it's all melted together, butter, Nutella, it's just one brown liquid. There you go. I make my brownies, chocolate brownies, exactly the same way. Add some of that. Just stir it. It does look like it's never gonna melt away. It just looks like a sugar frosting, but it will. Ideally you want to use white caster sugar because that will give you a shiny top to your brownies. There's been much experimentation as to why I was getting craggy tops, and it's because I was using, as a preference, unrefined caster sugar. As soon as I swapped to the refined white caster sugar, I got shiny, thin, crispy, traditional brownie tops. But I ran out. I only had 200 grams of the white caster sugar, so I'm not sure what the top's going to be like, but it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so that's looks a bit like a cake mix. I'm going to add in the eggs, beaten, already beaten, 3. In she goes. This is where you can get the kids, oh crikey. This is where you can get the kids, just a bit of an egg explosion involved. If the stirring gets you down. Or it could be therapeutic. It could go either way. Okay, so you have to just keep going. And what you're looking to happen, and I think it's quite an important stage, is it starts to go shiny. And if you've used granulated or the unrefined sugar, you probably need to stir it a little bit more. So just go stir shiny. Excuse my battered saucepan, you can't really see. Trust me, darlings, it's shiny. Okay, and then we're going to put in our flour and cocoa. Darkest cocoa, I think I already mentioned that. You can get, if possible. The Nutella will hide and save most ingredients. It won't save drinking chocolate, mind. Okay, so avoiding as much flour explosions and cocoa explosions that you can. Just give it some welly. And that, my friends, really is it. Get rid of the old bingo wings. Okay, here she is. As if by magic. Can you see? Oh, nearly came over. So super shiny and quite frankly lush. So I'm just going to pour it, here we go, into my tin. Oh, sweet Lord. And I'm going to bake it for about 25 minutes in a 170 oven. Again, we're going to have to talk about fudginess, how much fudginess you like. And to a certain extent, you are kind of, it's not an exact science because everybody's oven is different. So, I mean, I just test. I find it comes up, starts to crack and starts to lift in the oven. And that's when I start to watch it and use a cocktail stick to gauge how fudgy it is. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Bye. Here's my Nutella slab of brownies, completely cool. Already got a slice through it, as you can see. When I took it first out of the oven, I let it cool a bit, sliced through, and it was just still too fudgy. So what I did was I put it down well back in. You can do it all the time with brownies. Gave it another 10 mins, got it out, let it cool, so we'll see, because they're completely cold now, and they do carry on setting once they're out of the oven. So let's open the door. I'm going to cut mine into 4. Oh, I can hear it. It's good. Oh my gosh. Fudge. I see fudge. Fabulous. Okay, enjoy. Honestly, they are to die for. Cheerio.